Welcome to the Tool Hut channel. Today we have a 2012 Ford Focus. The shop has replaced the transmission control module. We're going to program the module and we're going to go through the adaptive learn process. Watch and learn. While you got a second, why don't you go ahead and click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if you want to be notified when stuff comes out. I welcome any questions or comments you may have down below. Okay, first things first. Any of the equipment that you see used in my videos is available on the website. If it's not there, send me an inquiry off the website, toolhutusa.com. That's TOOLHUT USA.com. My name is Sam. Okay, the equipment we're using to do this job today is the Ford IDS software, a Ford VCM2, and a battery maintainer. This could also be done with the FGDS software and a J2534 device and obviously a battery maintainer. So there is a few options to do this. I don't know of a scanner that will actually do this right off the scanner. I could be wrong. But anyway, this is the two options I know of moving forward. Watch and learn. All right, let's get this show on the road. Get your IDS open. Go to start new session, all other. In the US, we're all other. Establish vehicle with PCM. Give you a heads up if it doesn't do that fast, you don't have communication. I'm going to tell it yes, that's the right car. It's done all our work for us, told us what kind of car we're working on, so we don't even need to know. That great? Doing a network test, getting some information from the vehicle. I'll just let it do its thing here. That is the VIN for the car. I'm going to go to the toolbox and then module programming, programmable module installation, the TCM. It's going to gather some information from the network again. I guess it didn't get enough the first time. So it tells us the required calibration is on the network. And connect to the network to proceed, so we do that. I have sped up segments of this video. I have not deleted anything, so you're not going to miss any stops. I've just made the blue bars go across faster. Tells me make sure the battery's in good condition and the accessories are off. I'm using a battery maintainer, so it's not the end of the world. Once again, it's on the network, getting files. Not real sure why it didn't get them all the first time it went, but whatever. It's the way IDS does it. Alright, tells us to turn our key off. Install a blank service module in the vehicle. The shop has already replaced it. Tells you're going to reprogram multiple modules. Always a good thought, right? We get to do this more than once. It's going to program the TCM. This part has been sped up. But like I said, I didn't delete anything. Just made that blue bar go across faster. If you want to see it go across to real speed, slow it down. Slow down your video. Tells you to turn the key on. Hey, this key is on. Now it wants it off. On again. Tells us that the calibration's been loaded and checked and that we need to do the adaptive learn That page there was the indication you have another module you get to program. Tell us to turn the key on again, and now it's going to program the PCM. And somebody may ask, what if I didn't want to program the PCM? It didn't say you had an option, did it? If you use an IDS, this is how it gets done. FJDS is the exact same process. There are some things that you can't do in FJDS that you can do in IDS, but I'm pretty sure that this whole procedure is in FJDS, so I think you're in good shape. Again, it tells me it's been loaded and checked. There's my 2 calibration numbers. Now we have to do this adaptive learning. So we're going to go to the toolbox up at the top. I'm going to go down to the bottom section of IDS, go to powertrain, and then go all the way to the bottom to transmission, and we're going to do adaptive learning. It gives you some criteria to do this, so we're just going to hit yes. The range sensor is the first one that needs to be done. This is just the shifter. This whole job is done, by the way, in the driver's seat. So don't be concerned with getting your hands dirty. Won't be getting any dirty nails with this job, so maybe the first part where they put the module in, but not this part. It says perform adaptive learning. I always perform it. It tells you to put the shifter in park, and then you just kind of go through, move the shifter, and hit learn position all the way down the line here. Move the shifter to neutral, hit learn position, move it to drive, hit learn position, etc., etc. Pretty straightforward. And then this is your verification. So you just want to make sure that everything agrees. Going back to park, it says turn the key off. I'm just going to let the TCM power down for 45 seconds here. Just wants to make sure that it powers down. Typically, when the transmission control modules replace, the vehicle won't start. And once you do that range sensor adaptive learning, the car will start. So sometimes they'll start anyway, but from what I've seen, sometimes they'll start, sometimes they won't. But if they won't, once you're done there, it'll start. If nothing else is wrong, obviously. Now we're going to go to the shift drum. It just gives us some criteria again. The transmission is going to make a bunch of clicking noises during this process. This key on, engine off. It says make sure it's in park, and then you press and hold the brake pedal. So we're just going to let it do its thing here. Again, some more clicking's going on. If you're on an incline, this will fail this part of the test if the car moves. So make sure you're on the brake. Key off again, and it's going to let the transmission control module power down again. Just gonna do its thing here, I guess. Let it power down, and then we'll go do the clutch. The clutch is the fun one. The clutch one is the one in the shop that everybody turns and looks at you when you do it. So shift drum is complete. It's exiting, and now we're going to go do the clutch. It says to recommended service manual procedures. Yes. Yeah, we read all that, right? Just getting the transmission where it wants to. Just doing some basic checks, I think, on it here. Let's let it do its thing. It says make sure it's in park. Press and hold the brake pedal. Hit OK, or it's a tick mark, or whatever you want to call it. Again, there's some more clicking going on. You see we're getting all passed so far. There's the travel test for A and B is not uncommon for that to fail. I'm not overly concerned, so I'm just going to hit the tick mark, key off. We're going to let transmission power down again. And then we get to do the fun part. Again, we're just letting her power down here. All right, it says it's exiting. Key on. Adaptive learning again. It's kind of setting some criteria. Gathering information, probably. It says park, press and hold the brake pedal. Doing the clutch learning again. We're going to try to see if we can't get that travel test to pass, because it won't let us finish the job if it fails, but it is not uncommon for it to fail. So we're doing this part again. It did pass. Unit A passed, then B passed. It's not clearing the codes. So now I want you to start the engine. And then wide WOT means wide open throttle. So push her to the rev limiter. Like I say, that's the fun part. Everybody turns and looks at you. And then it wants the idle. So let it idle. I will also tell you that your maintainer needs to be off at that point. You've got to make sure the AC is off and any loads are off the engine. It'll bring the engine up just a little bit. and then it'll stabilize it. It doesn't take very long to do it once the idle stabilizes. It will not do it if the car doesn't run right. It'll just fail. And you need to get through this part. Again, there's some more clicking going on underneath the hood. Just let it do its thing here. You know, when you slam it to wide open throttle, you get a bunch of people. If you're in a busy shop, everybody turns and looks at you. I like to do them outside because they do need to be run for a few minutes, and some shops are really sensitive to have a car running in there for any length of time at all. And then it gives you the measurements for the touch point. I typically print these for the customer. It won't get you to this point unless everything passes. This is what I call the money shot. Key off. And once again, we're going to power the transmission control module down. We're just about done here. Like I say, we got to the money shot, so as far as I'm concerned, you're done. The only thing I really do from here is go in and clear the codes when it's done. Sometimes it'll set some codes, not always, but then we're just going to hit the exit from this adaptive learning screen. And then it says to drive the vehicle as service manual recommends. If you want to know how to do that, just you'll need service information. Anyway, like I say, the only thing I do from here is clear the codes. And thanks for watching. Thumbs up, thumbs down, questions or comments down below. Have a great day. While you got a second, why don't you go ahead and click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if you want to be notified when stuff comes out. I welcome any questions or comments you may have down below.